why complete understanding is impossible, and why that matters. Today we're going to talk about something most people never think about. It affects every relationship, every conflict, and every attempt at empathy. You will never fully understand another person, and that's not a failure. It's a fact of being human. And once you accept that, your empathy actually gets stronger. Let's break this down. Section 1. The big misunderstanding about empathy. Most people think empathy means getting inside someone else's head. But that's not how the human mind works. Every single thing you experience is filtered through your memories, your emotions, your culture, your beliefs, your nervous system. So when you try to understand someone else, you're not stepping into their world. You're imagining it through your world. That's why two people can watch the same event and walk away with completely different emotional reactions. Empathy isn't mind reading. Empathy is recognizing the limits of your own mind. Section 2. Subjective versus objective reality. Let's make this simple. There are two kinds of reality. Objective reality. Facts. Things anyone can measure or agree on. Subjective reality. Your personal experience of those facts. Example, this ice cream has 20 grams of sugar. Objective. This ice cream is delicious. Subjective. Same thing with people. He raised his voice. Objective. He was being disrespectful. Subjective. When we confuse the two, empathy collapses, because we're no longer responding to the situation, we're responding to the story we told ourselves. Section 3. The problem of other minds. Here's the truth. You cannot directly access another person's thoughts or feelings. You can only see their face, their words, their behavior. And then your brain fills in the rest. It's like trying to guess what's inside a wrapped present by shaking the box. You might be right, you might be wrong, but you're always guessing. This is why empathy requires humility. Section 4. The psychological barriers face P. Even when we want to understand someone, our brains get in the way. We use the acronym FACE-P to remember the 5 biggest empathy blockers. F. Fundamental attribution error. We judge others by their actions, but ourselves by our intentions. A. Affective forecasting. We assume we know how someone should feel based on how we would feel. C. Cognitive load. When we're stressed or overwhelmed, empathy drops. Empathy bias. We feel more empathy for people who seem like us. P. Perspective taking. We imagine what we would feel in their situation, not what they actually feel. These 5 biases shape almost every misunderstanding you've ever had. Section 5. Perspective taking versus perspective getting. Most people rely on perspective taking. I bet they feel this way. I know why they said that. I can imagine what they're going through. But here's the problem. You're imagining your feelings, not theirs. Real empathy is perspective. Getting asked. Listen, clarify, confirm. Empathy is not guessing. Empathy is getting the information directly from the person. Section 6. Why this matters in real life. Let's bring this into everyday situations. At work, someone shows up late. You think they're careless, but maybe they're overwhelmed, anxious, or dealing with something you can't see. Online, tone disappears. Context disappears. People assume the worst. Misunderstandings explode. In relationships, you think you're reacting to what happened, but you're reacting to the story you told yourself about what happened. This is why empathy requires slowing down and checking your assumptions. Section 7. The takeaway. Here's the core message. You can't fully understand another person, but you can understand them better than you do now. Empathy isn't about perfection. It's about curiosity, humility, listening, checking your assumptions, and remembering FACE-P. When you do that, you stop reacting to your story and start responding to the actual human being. That's the work. That's the practice. And that's how you build real emotional intelligence. If this helped you see empathy differently, stay tuned. We will be launching our critical thinking course real soon. This course promises to help you slow down, separate feelings, form facts, and avoid the drama loop. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. I am B Rutherford, and this is the Want to Project.